In today's video, I have some ways you can score some free books for the summer and some ways that you can create your own summer reading program right at home with a lot of fun ideas. Hey you guys, it's Christina from the Purple Alphabet, and this time of year, it's summer, school's out, and we do summer reading programs. I used to love doing summer reading programs when I was a little girl. We'd go to the library, get the little sheet, fill it out, get some prizes, and then I also did it with my kids when they were younger. However, now the library is closed in our area and probably closed in a lot of places across the nation. And some of them have limited programs going on right now, and I wanted to create a video that you can create your own summer reading program. And I have some solutions for getting some free books too. If you're new to the Purple Alphabet family, I would love it if you were to click the subscribe button and join us. We do educational activities for kids. Lots of ideas and inspirations to learn through play, plus a little bit of hauls and giveaways in between too. If you are new, say hi down below in the comments. Introduce yourself. I'd love to hear from you. And if you aren't new, say hi too, because I love to read the comments. And back to talking about that summer reading program. So usually you would go to the library and fill out a form and check out some books and do some reading, turn it in, maybe get a prize or two. But we can't do that right now because of a lot of things going on. So what I suggest is looking at your local libraries and seeing if they have an online program. I checked out the San Diego library, and they do have an online program where you can just print out your reading log. You can submit it electronically, and then they will also give you prizes. Some of the libraries are going to give you prizes when you can see them in person. Some of them are just going to do it virtually. It just kind of depends. So definitely check in for those online summer reading programs with your local library. If you have a Barnes & Noble near you, that's another solution to join a summer reading program. And not only that, you can earn a free book as your reward. So you just go over to the Barnes & Noble website. I'm going to put a link down below so you can go right to it. I do want to mention that this is for grades 1 to 6. And then they have a virtual reading log that prints out just like this. It kind of looks like a file folder, and it has all the instructions on here and how to fill it out. And then it lists all the books that you can get per grade if you were to complete this program. So it has the list of the books, so you can take a look at that. And then here is the reading log. They're wanting you to read different books, 8 in total, and then to list the title, author, and your favorite part. And then you fill out your own information here. You do a little report on it, and you turn this in for a free book from one of their lists. The thing about this is I think it's first come, first serve. So if you want to make sure you get your reading in and turn in your form, you're going to have the best selections of books possible. But there are popular titles on this book, and they are free. I think it's one per person. It's an excellent way to get some summer reading in and then also get a free book as an award. Another free online reading program for the summer is through Scholastic. This one has free books too, but there's a little bit of a twist to it. You don't get the free books. They donate the free books because of the books you've read. So you go online, they have a lot of games and kind of interactive ways that you can do the summer reading program. They have a whole online website where the kids can log on, read books online, they can play the games, they can talk about the books, and then once you've completed the summer reading program, they will donate a book in your honor. These books are donated to United Way, and they are giving them to kids who don't have access or have limited access to books. So you're doing it for a great cause. So if you don't want to do online summer reading programs, you can also create one just right in your own home. I've printed out a whole bunch of different resources that I wanted to share with you so that you can create your own at-home reading program. So the first step in deciding which tracker is right for you is deciding how you are going to track the reading your kids are doing. Do you want to do it by how much they're going to read, how many books? Do you want to do it by how much time they're going to spend? Are they going to spend 10 minutes, 20 minutes, 15 minutes reading? Maybe you want to do it by chapter because you have kids that are reading chapters, and so every day they read one chapter, and that's what you're going to track it on. So you're going to need to take into consideration their age and their reading level when deciding how you're going to track. I wanted to show you a couple of different trackers. You can buy trackers at the store. These were actually they're both from the Target dollar section. I've also seen them at Dollar Tree. This one is like a bookmark style, so you can keep it in your book. It has a place to do the date and then the minutes, and then it has it on the same way on the back. This was just $1. These are more like incentive charts that you could use them for anything, and you can put, whatever it is up here on the top, and you can check it off with stickers. It comes with the stickers to use. You can also find the similar ones at Dollar Tree. free. But if you don't want to buy them, you can always do a free printable. So I have a couple of examples of those as well. This one is if you are tracking your summer reading by minutes, and it's kind of like a little game board. And then you have these little divided spots. So every time you read 20 minutes, you would color in a block until you get all the way up to the top. So this one is tracking 1,000 minutes read. This one goes a little bit further. Once again, these are free printables, and we'll also put those down below for you. So this is just a summer reading log. So you put your book title here, and then this one asks you what's your favorite character, and then you can rate the book. So this one's a little bit more in depth than just tracking time or the books you've read. So it asks for a little bit more in-depth information. So this might be great for, a kindergartner, maybe a first grader level. Here's one that takes it one step further. This is one where you put in the name up here of your book, and then there's questions that you can answer verbally or you can write them down. So this says, what was the problem in the story? How was the problem solved? Which character would you like to be friends with and why? What was the setting? And then the story reminds me of. So this creates more of a conversation after you read a book. Probably more suited for kindergartner and up, although preschoolers and even toddlers can answer maybe a couple of these questions very basically and simply. And then of course we have our typical book report. So this one you fill in the box up here that has title, author, illustrator, characters, and setting. You would talk about your favorite character. Either you could draw a picture, write a name, or write a sentence here, and then your favorite part. And then you can also rate down here. I want to show you two other options for summer reading challenges. So if you don't want to track by minutes, book, or chapter, this might be an option for you. This one has different squares on here, and each square has a different challenge. So read in your pajamas, read in a fort, read outside, read while eating breakfast, read a book in a whisper. A lot of different ways to read a book, so it kind of mixes up your summer reading instead of just reading, being a little fancy with it. And then there's one right here, which is the summer reading bingo, which is basically kind of the same concept as the challenges, which it gives you some prompts. Read aloud to a younger sibling or relative, read a book published in the year you were born, and then you fill up the bingo spots, and then whoever gets bingo can get a prize or whatnot. So once again, these are free printables and just kind of gives you a different take on the summer reading program that you might want to try at home. The next step is to set goals for the summer, and I think it's always great that your kids set their own goals. So how many books they're going to read, how many minutes they're going to read per day, how many chapters they're going to read, and just make it achievable. That's the number one key. You want to make sure it's something that they can actually do. And then the next step is to decide if you're going to do any rewards. So at the library, our local library would have coupons to restaurants, and they would have little trinkets that they can play with. So maybe you go to the dollar store, pick a couple of those out, or maybe you say you're going to go out for pizza at the end of the week. If you decide to do rewards, whatever it is, make sure that you attach it to that goal. Now, because here on the Purple Alphabet, we like to talk about educational activities, so I wanted to give you some suggestions for taking it further. So once you've read the book, not only you're going to read the book, how else can you expand upon that? One of the most simple ways you can do this is by drawing a picture about a favorite part in your book. I like these notebooks that I show you guys all the time. They're called primary notebooks, where they have a space on top that's blank. You can draw a picture, plus they have some lines down below so you can actually write a sentence or write a story or even a paragraph depending on how old you are. It's a really great way to keep all of your summer reading thoughts all together in one notebook. Of course, you can do this on a regular piece of paper too. You don't necessarily need to have this notebook. You can also have your child, after they read a book, tell another family member about what the book is about. You can also have your child tell another family member what the book is about and have that family member ask questions. And if this is too hard for your child and maybe they're just starting off in their summer reading, you can also have them flip through the book and page by page and tell you what's happening. Maybe they want to act it out with their dolls or with their Legos or their action figures. They can take one of their favorite parts of the book and show you and demonstrate it, and even go farther by maybe even recording it in their own little movie. And the last idea for taking it further is to watch a show or watch a movie that's related to that book. Now, this only works for the ones that have shows and movies about them. I understand, but maybe if you read Charlotte's Web together, then you can watch the movie on TV. Or maybe if you watch something that's related to a favorite cartoon character, you can watch one of the episodes from that cartoon. It just ties everything together and makes it a little bit more interactive and takes that book reading one step further. I also wanted to give you some ideas for what to read. So if you go over to the Scholastic website, they have some reading lists that are separated by age level, but not only that, you can look at them by reading level. So if you know your child's reading level, you can find something that's best suited for your kids. You're gonna find a whole bunch of reading lists all over the internet if you just do a Google search, but I just like the Scholastic one and I wanted to mention that if you're looking for some inspiration. And 2 more bonus ideas for summer reading. Why not do a virtual summer reading book club? So we've been doing a lot of online distance learning around here, so it only seemed appropriate to join our friends in doing an online book club. So you can do this using Zoom, our Kids Messenger. There's a lot of apps out there that you could do it where all of your kids either read the same book, so maybe one of the parents facilitates the questions, or maybe they read different books and then they come together and talk about it. Then you can also do a book exchange. So taking all the books that you read and maybe once a week or a couple days, putting them in a bag and then taking them to each other's house and doing a book drop off. This is a great way to get free books, and just by exchanging them with your friends or maybe family members that you have in the area, or even neighbors maybe in your neighborhood that are about the same age, and that way you get a new selection of books every so often and you can just switch them out with each other. If you're doing a summer reading program, I would like to know how you're doing it. Can you let me know down below in the comments? I'd love to hear your ideas. Once again, all of the links are going to be down below so you can go directly to those free printables and get started. Make sure to click subscribe to see more videos like this and give me a thumbs up to show your love.